Today I'm building this very cool AI agent on n8n that is capable of calling customers to remind them of their appointments. Now, chat AI agents are cool, but it would be great if these AI agents can take a step ahead and also call people so that businesses can save hours of their time calling people and taking confirmations whether they would be there or not. So whether you need a system like this for your own business or you want to learn how to build this and sell it to other businesses, this is the right video for you. Hi, I'm Yashika, the founder of Automates AI. Me and my team have built and sold hundreds of these AI systems that save businesses plenty of time, money, and save them a lot of headache. Apart from running my own agency, I'm also an AI consultant. So now that you know me, let me show you how this system actually works. So this workflow runs every single day at a particular time. Then it checks the calendar to see whether or not there are any appointments scheduled for the next 12 hours. Then if it finds any, it calls that particular person and reminds them about their appointment. It also asks whether you want to reschedule or if there's anything else that I can help you with. Now, the entire calling process where the AI agent is going to speak to your customer is going to be powered by Retell AI, which is a platform that is used for creating AI voice agents. So with the help of both of these platforms, we will be able to create this amazingly powerful system which has a lot of value in the real market. Now, for the purpose of this video, I've created this dummy calendar with this dummy appointment right here. As you can see, it is scheduled for 6 p.m. On the 12th of April. I'm going to manually turn on this automation and we're going to see whether or not this AI agent calls me, and we're also going to see how well it speaks with me, right? So let's go ahead. Let me grab my phone and then I'm going to click on test. It should call me any minute now. Okay, so we do have the call.
Hi, am I speaking with Yashika?
Yes.
This is Anne calling from Smile Dental Clinic. I'm reaching out to remind you about your upcoming dental appointment. Your appointment for a regular checkup is scheduled between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Saturday, April 12th. Does that time still work for you?
Yeah, it works for me.
Great. We look forward to seeing you then. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No, and thanks for the reminder.
You're very welcome. Have a great day, and we'll see you at your appointment. Goodbye.
So as you can see how simple yet efficient this was. So if in your own business, if you deal with a lot of appointments every single day, or if you want to sell it to other businesses who do, then this video is the right one for you. The only criteria here is that you must have a calendar. It could be any calendar. It doesn't have to be Google Calendar. It could be any calendar where you're actually putting the meetings that are scheduled, and that's it. Then you have to follow the video and this system would be up and running for you. So without any further ado, let's get started. So let's start with the n8n workflow. Now, the reason why we're using n8n is because this is a self-hosted software that you can self-host on your computer, or you can buy their cloud subscription. And apart from that, they have this cool module called the AI agent module that the other automation platforms are lacking at the moment. Now, if Zapier and Make.com had a baby, then it would be n8n, because this one has the best features of both platforms. If you have an n8n account, great. If not, then I have the link to this platform in the description below. That link, if you're going to use, you're going to get a 14 days free trial so that you can actually work on it, but you don't have to pay right away. You can only pay once you have got confidence and you have built some cool systems, right? Okay, so once you have set up your account, you will land on a dashboard, something like this. Okay, and then you have to click on this button that says Create Workflow. As soon as you do, there would be a blank canvas in front of you. Then just simply click on Add First Step. Now, similar to other automation platforms, this one also works on the basis of trigger and actions. So obviously, we have to first specify a trigger based on which this automation is going to run. Now, as I said, this workflow is supposed to run every single day at a particular time, right? So for that, we are going to select this one that says on a schedule. Okay, now let's set up the trigger rules. So we would essentially want this automation to run every single day at 9 a.m. and then, call people. So the trigger interval is going to be days. Days between triggers, it's going to be one. Trigger at hours. So let's select 9 a.m. here. You can select 10, 11, 12, whatever you want to. If you want to do minutes like 9 a.m., like 9:23 a.m., then you can put 23 here. But I would just go with 9 a.m. and then you can just click on test step and it's all good. After this, we would want to look into the calendar and see if there are any appointments. So for that, we're going to go with the calendar that you or your client is using. So in this case, we're going to go with Google Calendars because most people use that. So let's go with Google Calendars. And then out of all of these options that you have, you can go with get many events. Now, if you're using it for the first time, it would ask you to connect your Google Calendar so that it can access it. So what you're going to do is you're going to simply click here. You're going to click on create new credential. Then you're going to click on sign in with Google. It's going to show you all the emails that you have. Select the email that is associated with your calendar and then simply continue until and unless it is connected here. Once it's done, you can simply click on save. And then maybe it would show you something like this here. And that means that your Google Calendar account has been connected successfully. So I'm just going to select my other email for this one. And then for the resource, it's going to be event. For the operation, it's going to be get many. For the calendar, just select your email ID. For return all, just turn it on. Okay, so now you have to specify the time frame at which you're looking at. In our case, we're looking at a time frame of 12 hours. It must return any event that is scheduled within the next 12 hours. Okay, so after is going to be now. So if you're calling at 9 a.m., then it's going to be 9 a.m., right? If you don't see this expression, then just simply go with curly braces, put 2 curly braces, and then select now from the list, and then you're going to see now. Now, every time it is going to run, it's going to autofill it with the current time. In our case, it would be 9 a.m. every single day. Okay, and then after that, we have to plus or add 12 hours to it. So let's just change this. It would look something like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to include this in the resources in the description below so that you can directly copy paste it. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to add 12 hours to this time. And then this is the time frame we're looking at. Okay, just to be sure, just click on test step. And as you can see, it has picked up this appointment that is within the 12 hours range. In case I put it, let's say, let me just put it for 14th of April. In that case, it would not pick it up. So let's see. Yeah, so no output returned. That means it is just looking for the next 12 hours. So let's take it back to 12 April. Yep. Okay. And as soon as we click on test, we can see it. Okay, and while you're building, don't forget to save the workflow at different given points of time or else you will lose your work. And then if you want to rename the automation, you can do it right here. So automated voice reminders. Okay. So far we have got the meeting details, but we haven't received the phone number we have to call to, the name of the person, the reason, etc. Right? That is something that we will have to extract from the meeting details, from the meeting description. So if you see here, what I've done is I have kind of included all of this information like the name, the phone number, the reason and everything in the description of the meeting. And that is what we are going to extract now. Now at this point, the goal is to extract the details, but we have 2 options. You can either do it without using AI, that is through all of these tools and parsing and JSON and stuff like that, or you can do it using AI, that is just passing in the description, giving it a prompt, and then getting your details back. Now, since I know my audience would prefer the second option, I'm going to go with that. So simply click on the plus icon, then select advanced AI, and then select AI agent. After that, for source for prompt, you are going to select define below. Now, once you select define below, it is actually going to allow you to write a prompt. Okay. So for the prompt, this is the user message. In my previous videos as well, I've talked about how system message and user message differ. So user message of passing the variable information. So in our case, the description of the call, etc., etc. And the system message is to give it the overall context as to what it must do. So first, let's add a system message here. Now, I've already prepared all the prompts made me for this or made me for the voice agent, and I am going to share it with you completely for free. Just look for it in the description below, okay? So yeah, first let's put the system prompt. So this is the system prompt. Let me just put it like this. So you are an assistant. Generate a structured JSON with the following fields: the name, the phone number, the reason, the start time of the meeting, the end time of the meeting, and the email of the person. Okay. So it's going to take in the description and it's going to give it out in a structured way such that we can use it. Now we are using JSON so that we have it in a particular format that we can easily map in our further modules. If you don't understand, you really don't have to. Just use this prompt. It is in the description below. Okay, so this is the system message. After that, please turn on this button that says requires specific output format because we're looking for a JSON, right? And then for the prompt, it's pretty simple. One is going to be appointment details. So we are going to pass in the description that we're getting from here. So let's put the description here. Okay, so this would include all of this stuff. And then after that, we have to pass in the start time, which is right here, the date and time under start time. And then we also have to pass in the end time, which is this one. Okay, so now this AI agent has the context. It knows what it's supposed to do. It has the details from our Google Calendar module. And now it's simply going to give us the JSON that we can use. Okay, now one thing that we have to do here is select a chat model. So you have an option to use any chat model, right? You can use DeepSeek, you can use OpenAI, you can use Anthropic, right? For this one, we're just going to go with OpenAI because it's simpler. And if you're using it for the first time, obviously you don't have your credentials connected. So just click on create new credentials and put in your API keys, which you're going to get from openai.com. Okay, so create an account there, an API account, fetch your API keys, put it here, make sure your wallet has balance. Once you do, click on save. Okay. And then now it's going to ask you to select a model. You can either go with GPT-4o or 4o mini, doesn't make a difference. So let's go with 4o right here. So the chat model is set up. Memory, that's not something we need. Tool output, okay, tool we don't need. Output parser, yes, this is something we need. So as I said, we are going to make this AI agent output it in a JSON format. So then we actually have to parse the JSON format such that we are easily able to map these fields in our further modules. If you don't understand, simply follow. Okay, so just click on the plus icon here and then select structured output parser. Okay, here you have to give it an example of the type of JSON you're looking for, the schema. Okay, I've already prepared it. You will get it in the description below as well. So let me just paste that. Okay, so this is the schema. Don't worry if you don't understand anything. It's readily available. You can just copy paste. So it's going to get you the name, email, phone number, reason, start time, and end time after extracting it from your Google Calendar's description. And one more thing that you have to do is that in your structured output parser, you have to select define below instead of the first option and then paste the code. Okay. And now let's go ahead and test it to see if things are working all good. And yeah, so it has got the name, the email, the phone number, and all of that as different fields that we can use further in the automation when we're actually trying to call the person. Just don't forget to save the automation. Okay, now for creating the AI voice agent, we are going to use this platform called Retell AI. If you don't already have an account with them, again, the link is in the description below. You can simply click there, create an account with them. Once you do, you're going to land on a dashboard, something like this, and you have to click on this black button that says create an agent. Then it's going to ask you to choose from one of these. And since our agent is pretty straightforward, it just has to take confirmations, we can go with a single prompt agent. Okay, once you do, it's going to again ask you to select from one of these. Just click on start from blank, and then you're going to land somewhere here. Now, if you actually want to learn each and every setting, how it's supposed to be done and everything, then I have a complete guide on the single prompt agents, and I'm going to just link it somewhere above here so that you can watch it. But if not, then this video should be fine for you. Okay, so now this is the place where you add the actual prompt. A prompt is nothing but a piece of text that tells it who it is, what it's supposed to do, how it's supposed to talk, and all of that, right? So, as you might have guessed, I've already written the prompt, and let me paste it here and then explain it to you. And you can find the prompt in the description below. Okay, so here's the prompt. Once you've pasted, click on save. So here is the identity. First, I'm giving it a name. Now, again, if you really want to learn prompt engineering, you want to understand why things are the way they are, then I have a complete guide on prompt engineering for AI voice agents, specifically for Retell AI. Again, I'm going to link it somewhere above here so that you can watch it when you have time. Okay, so to start with, I've given it an identity. So who you are, who you work for, what is your role, etc. You can give it a read if you want to. Then I've given it the style guardrails, basically how it is supposed to converse. So be concise, be engaging, stay proactive, get clarity, avoid repetition. And after that comes the task breakdown, where you give it the flow of the conversation, how it should take it further, what to do in certain scenarios, and stuff like that. So in this case, the first thing is to obviously ask if the voice agent is speaking with the correct person. So for example, hi, am I speaking with name? Now the name here that you see in curly braces, it's called a dynamic variable, and this will be passed on by the n8n workflow. So if it is calling John, it is going to auto populate this part with John. Okay, so that's how this works. And then if it's a yes, it can move forward. If it's a no, it can ask that no worries, if John is not available, can I leave a quick message for him? Now if they say that yeah, you can leave it, then it can proceed. But if they still say that no, John is unavailable, and they can't take the message, in that case it can simply say thank you so much and I'll catch up later, and then cut the call, right? Let's say that we have got the person, or we can convey the information. In that case, it is going to introduce itself. Okay, and I've also given it an example here. After that, it is going to mention the reason of the appointment. It's going to tell them the time of their appointment, the date of their appointment. And as you can see, again, we have it in curly braces. This is something that the n8n workflow is going to pass on, and it would be auto-populated. So once it has given the details, like this is the time, this is the reason, and so on and so forth, it is then going to ask that, does this time still work for you, or do you want to reschedule? If they say that they want to reschedule, then it's going to transfer the call to a human who can assist them better with the rescheduling. And if they say no, everything is good, then it can just, say that we look forward to seeing you then. Is there anything else we can help with? And that is how this agent really works. At the end of it, I've told it the different functions it has access to. So functions are extended capabilities of the agent. So let's go ahead and create the functions. So as I said, one of the functions is to transfer the call to a human. So to create this particular function, you can simply click on the add button and then select call transfer. Don't change the name, let it remain. Don't change the description as well, but if you really want to give it extra context, you can add it here, but I'd recommend to keep it the same. At this point, you would want to add the number at which this agent must transfer the call. Okay, so add that number and the rest remains the same. After that, click on save. So now this particular function gives the voice agent the capability to, transfer the call when it's not able to handle the conversation. Another function is the end call function, which is pretty simple. Just click on end call. If you want to give it a description, give it, but I don't think it's very necessary. But if you want to, you can do it. Though I've already mentioned it in the prompt. Let's just copy it. Okay. End call. Put it here. Ends the call if the customer is not available. Okay. And save. Now, these are the two extended capabilities that the voice agent has. Now, in the notes section, I've simply told it to, read out the dates and times in human-friendly way. And that's it, nothing too much. After that, coming to the welcome message. So here, you would want to select the second option that says AI begins with a dynamic message. Because if AI is like the voice agent is calling someone, it must speak first, right? So that's why you're going to select this. The rest of it remains the same. You don't have to really do anything here. If you really want to learn how you can do these, then again, watch the other video. Again, here if you want, you can rename it to reminder agent or something like that. Or you can say something like automated voice reminders agent. Okay. If you want to test it, you can test it by clicking on this test button. But for now, we're going to skip that. Now, coming back to the n8n workflow. Now, you must be wondering, how are both of these platforms going to coordinate, right? So, it is going to be through an API call. So, n8n is going to make an API call to Retell AI, requesting it to call so-and-so number, whose name is so-and-so, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for that, just click on the plus icon again, go to HTTP request. Okay, this is the module that is going to allow you to make the API call to Retell AI. Okay, now you actually have to fill out all of these details. Again, all of it would be available in the description below. You just have to copy paste. But let me tell you all of these. Okay, so the method is going to be post. After that, the URL, let me just find it from my previous automation. Yeah. So this is going to be the URL. Again, you can find it in the resources down below. For the authentication, it's going to be the general credential type. Okay. For the auth, it's going to be custom auth. Okay. And then we have to turn on send headers because we're going to send headers here. And then the first header is going to be authorization, and then bearer your API key. So here in the API key, you actually have to generate it from your Retell account. So just go here, go to API keys, click on add, create an API key, and then paste it here right after bearer. Okay, so bearer space your API key, and then click on add. And then the next header is going to be content type application JSON. Again, you don't have to worry about any of these. You just have to copy paste it. Okay. Next up, just turn on this send body button. This remains the same. But for specific body, just select using JSON. Okay. And then you have to put this JSON that you're again going to find. And let me just pull it up for you. So basically, we're telling it the from number, the number from which we're going to call. Then we're going to pass on the variables. So if you remember, in the prompt, we had those curly braces, right? And I told you that it would auto-populate. So this is how we're going to pass them. So we had already extracted it from Google Calendar's description, right? If you remember, the AI agent module. And now we're going to use it to pass it on to the Retell agent basically. One more thing that you have to do is go back to agents and then the one that you were creating, and then copy the agent ID from here, this one, okay? And then paste it right here. Got it? And then for this one, you basically have to put it from the previous module's responses. So let's say that you're not able to find this, okay? So you just delete it. Just delete this thing. Okay. And then for end time, you can just find it from AI agent's output. So this one, and you just drag it and put it here. So this is how you map it, okay? Just in case it is showing red on your screen, or if you're not able to map, just put it from the output of AI agent. It's just simply drag and drop. Okay, let me just remove this. Yeah. And regarding from number, most of the people might not have purchased a number yet. So what you can do is you have two options. First option is to simply buy a phone number from Retell AI itself. They provide this service. You can buy a new number from them. If you don't want to buy it from Retell, you can also connect an existing number that is on Twilio using SIP trunk. Again, I have another video on that. It's a bit of a long process. I can't cover it in this video. So I'm just going to link it above so that later on you can connect your phone number. Okay. And then once you do, just include your phone number here so that it knows that, okay, I have to call from this number. And that's it. If you want to test it, just test it. It's going to call you. And that is how you set up the n8n workflow. After that, click on save. And it won't work until and unless you connect the phone number. So make sure to do that first and then, test this. Okay. And then once that is done, just click on this activate button so that this automation is live and it runs every single day at 9 a.m., looks into your calendar and then starts calling people, your customers basically, to remind them about their appointments. So that is pretty much it for the video. You will find everything you need in the description below for absolutely no extra cost. I hope you found value from this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. I will have more AI systems coming up in the future where I'm going to show you live how you can build them. Apart from that, if anyone's interested in working with our agency and getting AI systems built out for their business, then the link to my website is in the description below. If anybody is looking for consultation, that means if they're stuck somewhere, they want to learn a new thing, or they just want to consult me, then the link to my consultation calendar is also in the description below. If there's any other build you want me to cover, then please don't forget to drop a comment and I would be more than happy to create a video on that. And yeah, don't forget to tell me your experience and I hope it works amazingly for you. One last thing is that you can really experiment with the voices on Retell. So let's say that you don't like a particular voice or the accent, then you can just go here to this one and then just select any voice that you like. Okay, so that's another thing to keep in mind. So yeah, I'll meet you in the next one. Till then, bye.